Mr. Chairman, with greetings to you all from the Vatican, allow me to extend the best wishes, support and prayers of His Holiness Pope Francis to the participants of this 27th meeting of the Ministerial Council and to the entire OSCE family. Furthermore, I wish to express my gratitude and that of my delegation to the Chairman in office, His Excellency Edi Rama, Prime Minister and Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Albania, as well as to the entire 2020 Albanian OSCE chairmanship in office for its endeavours during the course of this challenging year marked by the COVID-19 pandemic. The present pandemic is a serious test not only for every individual, but also for society as a whole, and indeed for the international community. As Pope Francis pointed out, the pandemic has exposed the great inequality that reigns in the world, and the virus, while it does not distinguish between people, has found in its devastating path great inequalities and discrimination. We cannot omit the new forms of poverty created by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has exacerbated already existing poverties and added new ones. Moreover, it is clear that the current pandemic has a disproportionate effect on women, particularly where financial protection and benefits are lacking and where personal safety is in danger. Some of the measures imposed by states to combat the COVID-19 pandemic have had profound ramifications on different fundamental freedoms, including the freedom to manifest one's religion or belief. In this respect, civil authorities should always be aware of the severe consequences those regulations might create for religious or belief communities, which play an important role in dealing with the crisis by their spiritual and moral help and their messages of solidarity and hope. However, we should not lose sight of the fact that the crisis represents a concrete opportunity for conversion, for transformation, for rethinking our way of life and our economic and social systems, which are widening the gap between rich and poor based on an unjust distribution of resources. The current situation invites us to reflect on the need for a new solidarity, a conversion of mind and heart. This Ministerial Council crowns a year of significant anniversaries: the 45th anniversary of the final act of Helsinki and the 30th anniversary of the Charter of Paris for a New Europe. Since then, much has been achieved. Cold War enemies have been reconciled. We still face various persistent threats and other unresolved conflicts that are able to undermine the stability and security of the whole OSCE region. The Holy See would like to encourage those around this virtual table to continue working for peace and justice by implementing the commitments that have been undertaken. The implementation of commitments does not only honor the self-commitment of every participating state, but it also demonstrates appreciation of our organization and its members. Moreover, the implementation of commitments in good faith is essential to avoid that these are substantially amended, overruled, or transformed, for example, through an improper interpretation. Despite the well-known challenges within our organization, it is an encouraging sign that agreements and compromises can still be reached, as this was the case on the appointment of the heads of the 4 autonomous institutions of the OSCE. In accordance with its particular duty to insist on the centrality of the freedom of religion or belief, the Holy See wishes to express its grave concern for the rising number of terrorist attacks, hate crimes, and other manifestations of intolerance targeting persons, places of worship, cemeteries, and religious sites across the OSCE area and beyond. The fact that many of these acts of violence have been perpetrated against believers when they gather to pray in their places of worship, make them particularly heinous. It is even more regrettable that some of these abhorrent attacks are committed in the name of religion. Let me emphasize that violence does not stem from religion, but from its false interpretation or its transformation into radicalism, which needs to be fought by all using all legitimate means. The protection of places of worship is a direct consequence of the protection of the freedom of thought, conscience, religion, or belief. In conclusion, I wish to renew my gratitude to the Albanian chairmanship, and I extend my best wishes of success to the incoming Swedish chairmanship. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Archbishop.